All right, so Zoe is just a cheap Tinder lesbian knockoff. Um, there's really nothing. There's really nothing about it that is unique. Um, it it has advertising. They admit freely in the terms of service or in the privacy policy that this advertising or that advertisers could be using your data and that they're basically just they're basically wanting to just sell you something that you've already seen before that has a smaller user base. So what is it that this offers? What is the unique selling proposition? um, there's really nothing, especially for this price point. It's just an exorbitant amount of money for pretty much the same thing that you'll get on other platforms, pretty much for free. And this is free, the freemium model, but they're trying to manipulate you into getting set up. Now, ease of navigation is that's the only thing they really have going for them. Speed and responsiveness was really slow uploading photos. Clarity and accessibility of features, they're pretty clear, bro. Accessibility of features, yeah, I would say they're pretty clear. Profile verification, there doesn't seem to be any verification. There isn't even photo verification. Oh, there is photo verification, but obviously it's not mandatory and it's well hidden. It's going to be a 2. Look at these issues. So they've got like a lot of different issues. Stuff that's not even compliant with like legislation, like the GDPR, automated voice, photo and voice analysis, photo and face analysis. Why did I say voice? Automatically evaluates uploaded photos to detect face and assess photo quality without explicit consent. That's really improper. Um, Now, the one unique feature is now it's not unique, but the one unique feature in this app when looking and assessing from others is that it allows you to have a private photo album. Um, and that's a paid feature. So pretty much everything's a paid feature if you don't want like the pure Tinder experience. So yeah, bad privacy. Let's see, blocking. It's really stupid as far as like actually I'm going to ease of navigation. I'm bringing this down to a 4. Like I'm trying to click on people's profiles and it's just like not intuitive as to like how to do this. It's really not intuitive. But like the button to actually do it doesn't feel like it works very well. And there doesn't seem to be Whoa, there is explicit images on here. Now I clicked on flag inappropriate content, and that basically does nothing. It says that this person has private photo, but then going down to the bottom of their profile, it's basically showing like several explicit images, like graphic triple X type images. Like maybe this person thought that this album was supposed to be private, or maybe the feature just doesn't work. Like, look at this. I'm not going to show the explicit photos, obviously. So, like, there is this feature to like have private photos, but like scrolling down, and I'm not going to do it, but like scrolling down, there's like a bunch of photos that are not here. Like these main profile images are here, but then like scrolling down to the bottom, it basically has like this person's super explicit images. There's like several of them. So like I'm assuming that people are misinterpreting how this feature actually works, which is really dangerous. Like I'm sure that that's not intended for somebody to like post explicit images of themselves on a dating app. But like I can't believe that. I'm and then I pushed flag inappropriate content and then nothing happens. Report um so I just made a report and blocked and nothing happens. Nothing. I'm now looking through other people's photos to see if this was a one-off. Like I just want to kind of get a sense of if anybody else has the same issue. And it's kind of clunky because like trying to do this any bit efficiently is proving to be not great. Because you have to basically scroll through a bunch of pictures. All right, so I found another person. Took me a while. I found another person with private photo and they don't have any other images at the bottom. So like obviously this is something where people may be under the impression, because if you go into your own profile and it's showing me an ad now, if you go into your own profile, so clicking on my own profile, I'm getting an ad, and now it took me to the App Store. God, that's disgusting. Disappearing pics. All right, so adding photos to your album is a paid feature, which means that woman who I saw the explicit pics of, she paid for her profile. But the only thing that this says is that it's creating a photo album and you can add unlimited photos. Now, if you click on your own profile photos, is there a way to make them private? Oh, so there is a private section here. So, like, I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused as to, like, I think somebody easily confused the public and private photos with the photo album. Because this woman had like several photos, which means that, and they were in an album, which means that she paid for the feature, but the paid feature isn't necessarily. All right, so I have now done this. I've uploaded a private photo and it is hiding that private photo. So obviously somebody put pictures of their hoo-ha into a folder, not knowing that the folder was public, but assuming that it was private and that people had to request access to it. That's the only thing that we can really assume with that. And that's dangerous because that means that the features are not clearly marked properly. And this is like going to bring my rating down to 1 here and a 1 here because that's like super dangerous. Um, Blocking didn't really work. The report worked. I haven't really encountered somewhere where the blocking didn't work. Variety of filters, they're paid primarily. Standout features, the hidden feature, the hidden photo is a good standout feature, but like it's nothing special. It's worth a 2 because nothing else is unique about this. Inclusivity, diversity, diverticulitis. Um, I'm gonna give this because it's like an exclusive app. I mean, they don't really do anything to kind of weed out weed out people here. I'm gonna give it a 3 just for the idea of it, because lesbians deserve an app, and a 1 for community engagement. Nobody was really engaging with me, at least in the short period of time that I was on there, compared to other apps. Like other apps, like engagement is almost happening right away. Value for money. Couldn't imagine paying for this. I'm going to give it a 2. Customer support. We're going to give them a benefit of the doubt and say that they have something. And let's check the email. They have not messaged. So let's say that maybe they do something helpful. 6, 7, 10, 16, 17, 17, 19, 20, 23. Right, so Zoe, this is actually part 11, I think. Just turn on GPS and do another one. I got probably about 2 more left in me for today. Actually, I might be able to squeeze in one more later on, or a couple more later on. Oh, Yubo, the kids dating app. So Yubo for sure. I know I'm actually gonna have to use my own pictures because they have mandatory photo verification. I'm fairly certain that they have that feature still. I don't think they would get rid of it. All right. Yubo is up next. Did I already do Yubo? No, we actually did a walkthrough of Yubo. That's what it was. Continue with anonymous. Want to add your Apple ID to existing account. Create new account. What's your nickname? Pedro. So I've signed up with Apple Anonymous account. What's your nickname? When's your birthday? Now, I'm only going to be putting this because I know that they do mandatory face verification. You can't get around it, I think. All right, add a face photo. All right, so they haven't prompted me for face verification yet, which is weird. Help us secure your account, which you can skip. One last thing. Blah, 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 ban invasion. Okay. All right. So now they're saying we need to verify your age. 18 to 32 years old. By accepting, you agree to take it. All right. So I'm gonna do this. Um, start. Something tells us you aren't 25. So they're telling me that my age is not correct. Now they're saying my age is verified. So I don't have location turned on right now. Let me just verify that. I don't have location turned on right now, and it's showing me people from my area. Add 3 photos of yourself to see photos of Bay. So to see all of somebody else's photos, you have to upload photos. So basically, it's forcing you to do that. Now, they just prompted me for asking for my location, but it's still using my IP address to show people in my area. You can upload a lot of photos. This is weird. This company I know is in France, and they were the first to be offering this kind of kids dating app type of thing. So you can be as young, like I think for the kids side, you can be pretty freaking young, but they are scanning the child's face. which they're not, in my mind, they were never doing anything where they actually attempted to um, get parental consent, like proper parental consent. So this is like what somebody's profile. And then when you go all the way to the end of their photos, that's where you'll see like more about them. But like it's not anything like this is kind of a mix between a hybrid between social media and dating, but it's pretty much dating. Um, and it is generally something where you are basically given the opportunity to um, communicate with a certain number of people, and then they try and scam you into buying their coins or subscription. Like I'm gonna try and go through. So like it really it's really just the Tinder experience. But then under 18, it allows you to be with other under 18s. But in my mind, the last time we tested this, it did not ask for proper parental consent. And what's proper parental consent? Well, you need to establish parentage. So are they doing that? And that's, I would say, a no. So generally speaking, I mean, you could probably do this all day. I'm gonna go into my profile here. Somebody added me, and they're in some third world country. So like this is a global app, but like there's a lot of people outside of North America using this. If you go on the to get a rough estimation, I think they have like over 10 million downloads on the Google Play Store. And like primarily it is, let me see here. Yeah, 10 million downloads on the App Store. So if you're taking a look at like what that actually means, it will be something where I'm just filling out a profile. So I didn't put pictures up of myself, but I put my face up. And actually, the pictures that are up here, they are all from different people. So they're really not doing a good job of establishing, like, get a yellow check mark, verify your identity. So they will actually accept your ID, facial geometry. We'll compare your unique facial with the profile photos. All right, so getting verified, we need to check your selfie and ID to see if they match the profile photos. So what they're not doing is they're not measuring the selfie that you take for quote unquote verification. They're not measuring that against the facial data in the photos that you posted. So somebody can still be posting fake images of themselves. And really, like, there's nothing to stop people from doing that. They just want to make sure that um, kids aren't using the adult side and adults aren't going into the kids side because they do segregate like that. But again, there's nothing really good as far as like parental consent is concerned. And yeah, there's nothing really good about the parental consent here. And so this is part of my profile section. So it gives you options for like upgrading. And then a lot of the things you're going to see are going to revolve around in-app their own in-app currency. See who added you. So they want you to basically like $30 a month. So they're going to try and get you on subscription, or they're going to try and get you on their in-app currency. Your safety is our priority. Got it. So you're considered to be friends. They dispute the fact that like we've called them out on like this being kids dating, and they dispute that. They simply say that this is not kids dating, and they say that in their privacy policy and whatnot, but it's kids dating basically. Because if you're a kid, you can come on here and swipe through. Like they're basically teaching kids in the underage, they're teaching kids to um objectify people based on looks. They're teaching kids that like this Tinder kind of gamified way of interacting with people and adding somebody as a friend left or right kind of thing. So like they're teaching people this from a very young age. I think the youngest might be 13. I'm not positive. They might even go younger than that. But like you have to basically show your face in like a 360 degree. I think it's 360 image. Um, so this feels like it's like unlimited as far as like the swiping is concerned. I'm not sure about like some of these other features. Yeah, there is a live streaming. I forgot about that. So there is live streaming. Let's go check out live streaming. Join.
9 plus 1, 10. 12. 4, 72.
The quality is really bad.
No. You take the 9 and you add the 1 and you subtract 5. Ace, how have you been? And then you multiply it by 15.
There are people.
8 divided by 7.
There are people driving here.
And that's how you get boom de la caca. Exactly. Hey, Ron, what are you doing? Yeah, sandpaper, they'll come right off.
He has no say in the government.
One
Well,
person
guess
can't
what?
put
He
down the
does.
government. That's not how
Hey,
it works.
no. Same with Doug Ford. Same with Justin Trudeau. Same with all these people. They don't have no say in the government. The government has all the say on us, even on the president. So what are you talking about, bro?
No bullshit. They let us think that we can.
I requested to speak in one of the live streams and then they banned me. So like there's a room here that has 119 people watching. This one has 3 people. Like it's very slow and really janky. There's a lot of people streaming. Number of participants. So I'm gonna filter by the amount of participants, and it's not really showing me.
But wait, when is your therapist?
The farmer's store.
May, when is your therapist appointment?
The 21st.
Like I don't know why a lot of these
So sweet.
I don't know why a lot of these people are using these filters.
Genetically,
Pretty much-
you can grow.
Pretty much everybody.
Somewhere, and I don't know where it is now. Is your toothbrush? Do I call you? Il s'en vient me chasser. Yes, c'est correct. Je vais voir s'il va venir me chasser, que là, je vais voir si.
Like it's a pretty diverse and active community. I wonder if it will allow me to do a live stream. Enable camera access. Enable, yeah. Tag this live. Add a title. All right, I'm live streaming now, I think. We're telling your friends to join. All right, so I'm live streaming, I think. You don't need to have your camera on. I think it starts with the camera on though by default. And then you can also share screen. Wow, that's kind of interesting that they have this as a feature. That's really interesting that they have this as a feature. Stop. So they have screen sharing. Like this is really interesting that they have live streaming like this. And that pretty much anybody can go on live stream. One of the problems with this, though, inherently, you're going to see a lot of risk around kids live streaming. Like if you're a child and you're learning how to communicate and be a productive member of society, is live streaming really the way to do that? Probably not. Is it going to allow you like a better is it going to allow you the ability to connect with people that you ordinarily wouldn't connect with? Yes, absolutely. But you're also kind of opening yourself up to like other types of risks like exploitation and catfishing and people wanting to take advantage of you. If you want to get your live stream boosted, people can boost it and then they can basically use this boosting technique. Like if you go in here,
For the game. I don't know why it's on me. I am playing.
the most prominent feature.
Why are you on him? You're coming to me. Look. I'm gonna.
The most prominent feature on that page is the lightning bolt,
That's gonna come right.
and that's basically
Right there. They go and run.
that's basically to. All right, I gotta turn this crap off. That's basically to like use their in-app currency to get more people to watch the stream. So there's a lot of like inherent risk with that because you can essentially be, people can be kind of maybe not threatening, but like maybe, they would have the ability to have like this power dynamic where you're looking for viewers, you feel like you need viewers, and then you can basically be kind of at the behest of other people. Have I been streaming? Oh, yes. Okay. So like manipulation based on that is going to be really bad, but it's also kind of like just teaching young people to like objectify themselves, and ease of navigation is okay. It's not the greatest. Speed is okay, not the greatest. Clarity and accessibility features. There's a lot of features here. Most of them are pretty clear. The whole design is like designed for a kid. And then yeah. What else here? Safety. So by far one of the best features of this platform is the verification for everybody. With that said, that the sketchiness around some of the features could be easily abused. Like, as I just said, I uploaded pictures, three different people's pictures representing me as a man, and then I verified my face. Now, it told me that my age was not 25, so it accurately got that right. But like, all I did was add 10 years. And that's still not even my age. And generally speaking, it was okay with putting my age as 10 years away from my actual age and having pictures that don't belong to me on my profile. So that they put a barrier in front of all of its features and that it's mandatory for everyone, that's why it's such a high rating for verification. On the other hand, though, here is some red flags. Now, they collect location information even without consent. So they are basically, they were, as I said, they were routing me to people that were in my area without me even putting on my GPS. So that is a big red flag. They're not even like mentioning that. It's not even like DMs kept for 2 years. Wow. Violating content kept for unspecified periods. Security caveat admits they cannot guarantee security in all circumstances and places some responsibility on you. Persistent selfie verification. Even if facial geometry scans are deleted, the verification selfie is retained for life of the account for authenticity, increasing breach impact. Broad legitimate interests. What it doesn't really say here is it doesn't really say about marketing and stuff and advertising, but like we can assume that they're retaining data for security purposes and for commercial purposes. It's better than most, but still not great. Blocking. I blocked someone. It has these features. Matching variety. It has some features for matching, fairly decent. Unique standout features is the live streaming, but it's still like the Tinder experience. So I'm gonna give it a 7. It's not like maybe I'm gonna give it a 6, primarily because of the needing to purchase, and you don't need to do it, but like they imply that you need to purchase their in-app currency. It's got a very diverse user base. That is for sure. I saw some old people on there. I saw some young people on there. I saw like people of every color. Activity level, it is a very active community. This is where they excel. Cost for value, if you're going to pay for something, this is probably where you're going to want to pay for it. And I'm assuming that they have some customer support behind this. And they have not responded to my report. Let's add these up. We've got 12, 20, 28, 34, 39. 39 and 11. 53. Wow. I think this is the highest rated so far. So yeah, there are some notes. Congratulations, Yubo. I think that's the highest score so far. Yeah, that's the highest score so far. And, one of my concerns also, I should note, is um so one of the ways that somebody could exploit this to get access to knowing access to young kids is that they could use a child to get access. So they could use their own child or an unknowing child to verify as a child. So then they can essentially access. I don't believe like they do these random selfie verifications, but like, what's to stop a predator from having access, like full access to this? Nothing. A child is not going to be doing ID verification. That means that a predator that is going to use the child side is also going to be able to use this. Now, I'm going to adjust my score just a little bit because of this, because I'm like thinking out loud about this. Like, this is good, but not great. Like last year alone, let me verify. So let's take a look at CSA reports. This is from 2023. And Yubo, despite these security mechanisms, in 2023, they had 2,550 CSA reports. And in 2024, that only went slightly down. But this is, for the last 2 years, they've been doing these selfie verifications, and they still can't get rid of child sex abuse happening on their platforms. So that's a problem, but it's also like a systematic problem with how they're doing business. As far as like the child side, like it leaves children in this vulnerable position that they're not really thinking of. And that's really something that is dangerous. That's going to be it for now. We'll come back maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, with some more. And thanks for watching. Make sure you get on our website, HelpUsDefend.com, for no underage dating. There is no underage dating on Dating Square. You have to verify with an ID. That is mandatory. So we know that for sure there is no children signing up for Dating Square. And there's also 3D board games and a lot of blind features that are really fun and put a lot of emphasis on meaningful connections. Thanks for watching. Get on the App Store for Dating Square right now if you're in Canada, US, and Mexico. We'll see you next time.